Okay, so what are going to be the two things that we multiply together to find out how much money the students have? Falcon, what do you think? What's one
25
thing? 25 what?
students.
Okay, 25 students. And Diana, what's the other thing? $15. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
We have certificate.
They have
So
enough.
these are the certificates, right?
They have 380.
Because we want to figure out if all the class puts their certificates together, can they buy an Xbox One? Will they have enough money? So,
Yeah, they have.
so what should we do
have
with these two
$11.
numbers? to
Multiply
find
them.
out? Do you guys agree with multiply? Show me. If you disagree, Salvador, what do you think? You were talking about division. Do you think we should divide these or should we multiply? Multiply? Okay, let's go ahead and do that. You change your mind. Okay. All right. So 5 times 5.
25.
5 times 2.
10.
Plus 2.
12.
Okay. Let's put our 0 there. Right?
What do you
We're in
have
our
to put a
tens.
0 there?
We're in our tens place, right?
Oh.
So we're not multiplying 1. We're multiplying 10.
So whenever you do two numbers, you have to put a 0 down there?
Mm-hmm. So 1 times 5.
5. No, 5 is
1 times 2.
2.
And we add together. 5
What
plus
was
0.
5.
2 plus 5.
7.
1 plus 2.
3.
3. And what do we need to make sure we include here so we know what we're talking about? Do we need to include a label here?
Dollar sign.
We are talking about
Keyword, dollar sign.
dollars. So,
Dollar bill.
if we have, as a class, if we have $375, could we buy an Xbox One?
Yes.
And so
So we could buy an Xbox One for our class and we could play it all day and we wouldn't have to learn anything anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we drew our drawing and we created an equation to figure out how much money we had, what's the last thing that we need to do?
Check it.
What do we
Solve
need
the
to
problem.
do?
Oh, answer the question.
Okay, so can someone answer the question for me? Remember the question is, will they have enough money to buy an Xbox? Falcon.
Never mind.
Jennifer.
Oh yeah. Miss Han students will have enough money to buy the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys agree with that?
yeah.
Enough moolah to buy
Young Mula, baby.
Xbox One. Won't Miss Han be so excited?
Miss Han, are we really gonna get one? Shouldn't you put the door?
Okay.
Like you wish.
So those are the three things that we did to solve our problem, right? The first thing that we did was we drew our drawing and we put the information that we didn't know. Salvador, I have a question for you. You were trying to figure out if $369.95 should go in here, meaning the total of what we're multiplying.
No.
Do you think that should go in here?
No.
What do you think should go in here?
375. The total.
375 what?
Dollars and 0 cents.
Do you guys agree with that? Do you guys agree that 375 should go in here?
Yes.
I think it should go in there because it's the total.
It's the total of what's being multiplied, right? Or the
Who's
product.
gonna get the last
Okay.
6? Me.
All right, so we have time for one more problem. Uno más. And Megalene, this problem is about you. You have a very big problem.
Me? Magdalene, este problema es de ti.
The problema is all of your erasers are gone on your pencils.
Levanta tu mano para que lo leas. Miss Magdalene, Spanish.
Coming back in 3, in 2, in 1. Carla, can you read this?
Magdalene tenía un problema enorme, ninguno de sus lápices tenía borrador. Ella ir a la tiendita y compró 6 borradores con figuras de animal por $4.10. ¿Cuánto dinero costó cada borrador?
She reads fast.
Look at these cute things that you're gonna buy. Those are awesome.
They look so
Alondra, can you read that in English, please?
Michaeline had a huge problem. None of her pencils had any erasers left. She decided to go to the student store and bought 6 animal erasers for $4.10. How much money did each eraser cost?
Interesting. Okay, so now that we read our problem, let's underline our important information.
They cost 2 cents.
Trini Trin,
6 animal erasers.
6 animal erasers.
6.
All right, what else? Miranda. $4.10. What else? Brenda.
How much money did each eraser cost?
Is that that's our question, right?
How much
So let's go ahead and put little brackets around it. How much money did each eraser cost? Meaning, how much did the pig cost? How much did the panda cost? How much did
I'm the pig.
I think
I'm
that's
the
the cow.
panda.
Anything else?
I'm the elephant.
Any other
I'm the
information
horse.
that's important?
I'm the horse.
Yeah, I think you guys got all the information. So let's go ahead.
I'm the panda.
We read our problem. We underlined our information. Let's go ahead and make our drawing. Are you guys arguing over what animal you'll be?
Yeah.
You are ridiculous.
I'm the pig. I'm the horse.
I'm the pig.
I'm the horse.
I'm the panda. I'm the hippo.
All right, let's come back together. There is no. Okay,
That's the
so the first thing we need to figure out, do we know the product or the
I'm the
total
horsey.
of everything?
Not the horse.
Do we know the total of everything being multiplied together?
Yeah.
Falcone, what do you think?
Yes, it's the $4.10.
Do you guys agree with that? $4.10 is the total of what's added together.
I disagree.
You know what I think might help us figure this out? Is what do you think is being multiplied together?
6.
So we have to find out how much money did each eraser cost. What do you think are the 2 things that would be multiplied together to find out if what the total was? Trini, what do you think?
The 6 animal erasers are
$4.10.
Okay, so if we multiplied 6 animal erasers together with $4.10, would we find out how much money each eraser was? What do we think we should put here then? Before we start figuring out what operation we want to use, let's go ahead and underline the important information. What's some of the important information? Miranda. Una información importante. Right, so the bobblehead, right? The bobblehead costs $9.51. What else is important? Rogelio.
$5.33.
Okay, so Gloria has $5.33, and Perla
Has $4.89.
has $4.89. What else is important? Dana?
The question and if they put them in
The question. So let's go ahead and underline that. If they put their money together, what does that mean? If they
Add it.
Okay, if they put their money together, will they have enough money to buy
No.
Dancing Group bobbleheads? So I want you guys to think, before we decide what model we're going to use, before we decide if we're going to use the break apart drawing or the rectangle model, I want you guys to think about what operation you think we're going to use. So why don't you go ahead and turn to your partner, and I want you to use this right here. The operation needed to solve this problem is blank. I know this because blank. So go ahead and turn to your partner and talk about what operation you think they need.
The operation needed to solve this problem is adding.
All right, so let's come back. So who thinks they know what operation we need to solve this problem? And let's go ahead and use the sentence structure. Brenda, what do you think?
Y'all never pick me.
Never mind. Ruben.
Finally, y'all pick me.
Okay. Use the sentence structure.
I
right
think
there.
the model needs
Oh, right
solve.
Sorry, we're talking about the operation, right?
The operation needs to solve this problem is addition.
Do you guys agree
I
with
know that because it's asking what if they put their money together, and then that's adding.
that? If they put their money together, that means adding. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
And that is the operation I told you guys today.
Oh, thank you. That was a lovely sum up. Does anyone have other ideas? Different ideas? Dana, what's your...
I agree with something that we should add, but what we should do to solve a problem, add and use the break apart.
And use the break apart model. Do you guys think we
That's
should
what
use
I
the break apart drawing?
Yeah.
Because we're doing addition, subtraction? What do you think? One. Do you think we should do that? Okay, can you help me make our break apart drawing? So, I know with the break apart drawing, we put our total up here, meaning how much money we're gonna spend in all.
But we don't know.
Do we know how much money we're gonna spend in all?
No. 951.
Well, is that, I mean, I guess we would be spending that in all, but do we know how much money they have yet in total?
No.
Put a question mark.
Yeah, I know. I know what they have in total.
Yeah, so we have to figure out if the amount of money they have total is enough to buy the bobblehead that's $9.51. So that's not our total right now, right?
It's about the
But let's guess, what are the two things we're adding together, our add-ins?
$4.89 and $5.33.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
$4.89 and $5.33. Thank you. So what should, looking at our break apart model, what operation should we be doing and how should we do it? What's our equation that we can set up? Falcon, what do you think?
I think the operation setup should be $5.33 plus $4.89.
Mm-hmm. Equals what? Do we know yet? Do we know what we're doing yet? Okay, so it's a question mark, right? So we read our problem, we underlined the important information. We made our drawing, right? We decided that we're gonna use the break apart drawing.
We put that question mark.
We made our equation, we decided on the operation, right? And we put our question mark. And now we need to
822.
actually solve our problem.